All right. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Ferrick. This is just in case you missed factoring or you need a refresher or, something kind of went awry with the factoring game. So I'm here to show you a couple tips and tricks about how to factor some things. I'll pick out some problems that would be good. Seems like we got some interesting guys in here with the 6 and maybe the 10 and 24, so this would be a little tricky there, but some of these other ones should be pretty straightforward if you remember how to factor. A couple key points. Don't forget about GCF. That's the greatest common factor. That's the biggest number to divide both all the terms by. That's usually what we're going to try to peel out first. And then the other thing to consider is how to factor a trinomial. So binomial is with the 2. So what would be, so if I'm going to run into this bad boy, I want to notice what do these both have in common. They both have an x in common. So first off, we make our parentheses. These will both go in there, but they will be divided by our greatest common factor, which they both have an x in there. They don't both have a number. If they did, we can divide them both by the same number, but they don't. So we're just going to divide everything by x because they both have an x, and we divide them both by x, and it just becomes x plus 2, because x divided by x is 1, right? Or sorry, it's just 1, and then you just get rid of an x. So that would be answer to number 1. Pretty good. That's a bad box. There we go. All right, number 2, but this one has a number where you can divide them both by 5, right? So I would go 5 in the outside. Sorry, I forgot our parentheses. They both have a 5 in common, and they both have one V in common. I can't take two V's out because this doesn't have 2 of them, right? So it'd be 5V, and you have then to divide both these by 5V. Keep the subtraction in there. 5V, quantity V minus 3. There we go. That would be answer for number 2. All right. Now, here's where things get a little interesting. The trinomials, which is a majority of what we need you to get back onto. K, where this is 1 or just a prime number, that's going to make our life really easy. All we need to do is we need to first make our set of parentheses. That'd be K and K. Now, we need numbers. Here's the important part. We need numbers that multiply to negative 72. But those numbers just need to add to K. Or just 1, I guess, right? That's the number in front there. So I would probably not want to pick 1 and 72. Those multiply to 72. Well, one of them's got to be negative. But they're not going to add together to be 1. So you want something closer to the middle, right? You wouldn't want to do 2 either because 2 and 36 are 72. But adding these up will not get you close to 1. So I would pick 6. What's 72 divided by 6? That should be something a little closer. 6 times 12. That's closer. Adding these up would get you 6. It's not 1. So probably 8. 8 times 9? Yeah, 8 times 9. I think that's the one. And maybe you already got that right away. I just wanted to show why it would be silly to guess maybe that as opposed to these two. Now you want the 8 to be negative. You could have made the 8 positive and the 9 negative, but this would get you -1. This would get you +1, and we want +1. That's what it says there. So those are our numbers. That's the winner, chicken dinner. So put -8 here, +8, +9 there. It didn't matter if these two are switched because the K's are the same. So everything's peachy keen. We're all good here. All done. That's it. Cool. Same thing here. Okay. They're all pluses, so it makes it a little easier. I'm not going to do that one. I think that's these ones with the 1 in front are pretty similar. But what happens if you get a 2 or a 3 in front, right? I'll do the harder one. You can take that easier one. I'll do this one. So if you had a prime number there, you would want to put the prime number out front and set it up like we did last time, just like this. We're still going to try to figure out what multiplies to 35. but needs to add to negative 22. Now here's where it gets interesting. This 3 doesn't make it super nice anymore. So what we got to do is guess and check, because of that 3 makes it troublesome. Okay, so we got to get some values. 1 in 35. I don't think that's going to do the trick. So let's try another one. 5 and 7. Let's try these. These seem a little more reasonable. We can go back to the others in a moment. And remember, we got to get ones that add to negative 22. So let's punch them in. Let's just try 5 here and 7 here with maybe, I don't know, minus here, plus here. This could work. This might not work. We'll see. What you should do is you check the inside. Oops, that's not how I spell inside. Insides and outsides of, if you are foil, if that's something that reminds you. This is the O and I of foil, inside, outside. This is first, this is last. All right, we want to check the insides, smiley face, and outsides, and see if those give us what they want. What we want. We want 5. We have 5a, and then 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Do these add to negative 22? No. That's sad. If I switch the negative, would it matter? No. So we should switch our numbers and put, so I guessed wrong, right? So you would need to erase, I know, super annoying, and try these out in a different way. Oh, I messed up too. We need both these to be negative. Oh my gosh, maybe you didn't catch that. Because this is a positive number, but we need a negative value. So we need 2 numbers that multiply to positive 35, but you can't have 2 positive numbers, so you have to have 2 negative numbers, so then they can add together. But that last set wouldn't have worked either, I don't think. So let's try this method. Negative 7a and negative 15. All right, do these add to negative 22? Heck yeah. Okay, so that means this works. We are set. That is my answer right here. 3a minus 7 times the quantity a minus 5. Beautiful. So a little guess and check. You can be a little smart about what to guess and check. I knew probably not to test that, because that wouldn't have got me probably close to negative 22. The 1 especially, right? Especially if that got multiplied by the 3. So there's some strategy behind it, right? There's one other type, and that's when they're not prime. So these ones these circled. These are going to give you a run for your money. So let me show you that real quick. I'll do a 6er. How about that? This one will be easier to see. Now, there's a couple ways to multiply 6 out. You could do 6 times 1, or you could do 2 times 3. And no, it didn't matter what you put in what slot, but you do need to, this is an option, and this is an option. One of these is right, one of these is wrong. So there's more to guess and check. Oh my gosh, so annoying. We're still running negative 15. That's what it says here. And we got to try to get it to negative 1. So one number has to be positive, one has to be negative. I'm probably not going to do 1 in 15, because even 1 times 6 is going to get you 6. That won't get you to 15. That won't get you to 1 very easily. So it's probably not these two. It's probably 3 and 5. And even with like 2 and 3, that would not work out super well. Well, maybe 15 times one of these, but I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to be one of these. So one's got to be positive, one's negative. I don't really know which one, so let's go figure it out. I don't know. I legit don't know. We got to go inside, outside, see if that works out to be our answer. Negative 3a, and then you have 6 times 5, 30. Oh my gosh, it's not even close. That was a horrible guess. And I don't know, well, it could. We'll see. 5 and 3. That's 18. That would be 5. All right, that's probably not the move. Let's go check the other one. Yeah, so it can be painful to test these a little bit. I'm going to see if I can multiply the 5 by a lower number and this by the higher number. That might get me some flow. So this would be -9. This would be -10. Oh, wait. Oh, well, one of them's got to be positive. Let's make that positive. And there's a positive A value, right? These are positive A values. So I probably just need to switch a sign then. Wrong one. So positive, negative. That would make this a +3 or +9. And a -10, that would get us that -1 that we desired. So this is my lineup. This is my match. So you got to have both kind of tested out. There's a lot of testing that needs to go on. If you're slicker with the multiplying out, you can put the puzzle. It's all a puzzle piece, right? Especially with 24. Yikes. Ooh, man, that's going to be a tough one. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, well, that's what you got. In case you wanted a little factoring practice, you got this whole page to work with, or you maybe just need to key in on something here. So hopefully that helps. Good luck out there, people. Until next time.